After a plethora of TV spots for Rogue One, we now have our very first official clip from the film, and while there is no big reveal, it is still very cool now that we have a direct look at a scene. On top of that, it contains a lot of action, giving us a look at the choreography in the film. Of course, the link will be in the description, and along with the clip is also a short little interview with Felicity Jones on Jimmy Fallon, but if you just want to see the clip, it starts at 3:10. So the clip takes place on the planet of Jedha, assuming after Jyn's conversation with Saw Gerrera concerning the future of the rebellion. It begins with Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna, and Jyn on the run, as Cassian turns a corner and encounters a group of Stormtroopers. We see the two get cornered, as Jyn pulls out a baton and impressively dispatches the troops, followed by an Imperial Enforcer droid, as K2, another Enforcer droid turned rebel, played via motion capture by Alan Tudyk, rounds the corner and asks her if she knew that that wasn't him, to which she responds, of course, but by the face she made, it's clear she really didn't. So we have a few things to note here. The backstory on K2 is that Cassian reprogrammed him, and in the mind of the droid, freed him from enslavement by the Empire. Because of this, K2 has been with Cassian ever since. This whole thing harkens back to the big debate or question on do droids really have emotion, and the debate on if they really are alive or not. In Star Wars Legends, it's suggested the more connected someone is to the Force, and the more connection they have with the droid, the more lifelike they become, as the Force binds all things together, even if they aren't really living. Anyway, back to the scene at hand. This appears to be the moments before the AT-AT Walker arrives, and my prediction is, based off of this and what we've seen from the trailers, Cassian and Jyn do eventually get captured, but are freed by Baze and Chi-Rute. In the very beginning of the clip, we see a group of what is likely Saw's rebels running in the background behind Jyn, and in the trailer we see the AT-AT Walker absolutely demolish several of them, as it is accompanied by a group of Stormtroopers. We can also see one of them is carrying an orange capsule, which we can also briefly see in the trailer the mercenary alien named Moroff carrying, but it's unclear what the capsule is, or if it's the only one. As a side note, we see in the scene with the AT-AT Walker, the Imperial hover tank has been destroyed. Also in the clip, there are several dead Stormtroopers already present. The choreography in the scene is pretty cool in my opinion, and really showcases what Jyn has learned after being alone for so long. As far as other things concerning the scene, I have heard some say that they don't really like the musical score of the scene, and say it doesn't fit. The score for the film was done by Michael Giacchino, whose score I adored in Jurassic World, and also just did Doctor Strange, but it is also being reported he had only a month to complete it, which is honestly a little worrying. It's fairly obvious that this scene takes place near the beginning of the film, as Jedha is likely the first stop after Jyn is freed from her Imperial captivity and after she receives her mission from Mon Mothma on Yavin 4. So overall, a pretty cool clip, although we don't have a lot to talk about. We're just 2 weeks out from Rogue One. I'm very excited, and it's great that we see our first full scene. As a bonus piece of news, it was also made clear by the film's director, Gareth Edwards, there will be no lightsaber duel in the film, but that doesn't mean we won't see a lightsaber, of course likely being Darth Vader's. If Vader doesn't end up using his weapon in the film, I might be slightly disappointed, but I don't think it will ruin the experience if the rest is a really quality movie. So I really want to know, because a lot of people have been debating about this clip, some really like it, some don't. Do you like it? Do you like the action? And how do you feel about the score? Do you think it's good, or does it seem rushed? Also, I know it's a little bit of older news, but Gareth Edwards was talking about it again. How do you feel that there will be no lightsaber duel in Rogue One? And are you like me? Do you hope Darth Vader will at least activate his weapon and take out some rebels? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you would like to interact with me directly and ask questions, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Stupendous Wave. If you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to ensure you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related as the release of Rogue One gets closer and closer. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.